I am a proud conspiracy theorist. However, for every theory that I have that I 100% believe, there is one I absolutely do not. And it is the fact that people claim that we never landed on the moon. I'm going to answer a few questions today. Who started this theory? Why would we have faked the moon landing? And I will be debunking some of the proof that people have claimed to have. So first, who started this theory? According to TheGuardian.com, it was a man named Bill Kaysing. Amazingly, Kaysing had actually put money into the space program continuously from 1956 to 1963. However, he changed his views very quickly in 1976 for unknown reasons whenever he published the pamphlet America's $300 Billion Swindle, where he presented what he called hard evidence showing that we never landed on the moon. The next question is, why would America have faked this moon landing? According to History.com, many people say that it's because we wanted to assert dominance over the Soviet Union during the space race. The Soviet Union had made something to orbit Earth, but we wanted to take it a step further and put someone on the moon. That's why a lot of people claim that this is a legitimate argument. So, what proof do they claim to have? HowStuffWorks.com gave me two examples. The first one is that there are no stars in the photos of the Apollo 11 landings, which is true, but the explanation is very simple. The sun is so bright whenever it reflects off the surface of the white moon that it practically makes it impossible for the camera to catch anything at a distance. Even whenever you stand on the moon itself, you will find that you have to completely block out the surface in order to see the stars surrounding you. Compare this to being in a big city at night versus the country. In a big city, for example, New York, if you look up in the sky, you will not see stars because there are so many street lights surrounding you. But if you drive miles out into the country, into say an open pasture, and look up, it's a perfectly clear night sky. You're not seeing a different sky, it's just your surroundings. Reason number two, also given by How Stuff Works, is that people claim that the flag was flapping. This is true. The atmosphere on the moon doesn't support the ability for the flag to move. However, NASA knew this. They expected this challenge, so they put a piece of taut wire on the top of the flag to make it seem like it was flapping only while the astronauts were placing it in the ground. If you actually watch the Apollo 11 landings, which I normally would have an example of, you will see that after they place it in the ground, it falls down. It's completely normal. The only reason that the flag ever moved is because the astronauts were moving it. LiveScience.com provided me a last bit of evidence where they gave me a man named Howard Berry. He's a filmmaker and lecturer in film production. So, at the time, if it was shot in a TV studio, which many claim the moon landing was, it would have had to have been 30 frames per second because that was the American TV standard at the time. However, whenever Berry reviewed the tapes, they were only shot at 10 frames per second. Also, many claimed a spotlight was being used because if you looked at the shadows, they were going in multiple directions. And if it was coming from one source, they should all be in the same direction as they are on Earth. However, the sun is so far from the moon that the shadows are actually more parallel to each other than diverging from a single point. So, just to recap, today I presented to you an argument over why we did not fake the moon landing. I told you who started this theory, why people believe this is a legitimate theory, and I debunked 3 of the main reasons why many people believe this is so. I urge you, do not take anything for what it seems. Do your own research. Do not listen to mainstream media. Go into your documents, go into the government, and look for what proof they have.